Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
Many areas seeing drizzling rain while others are feeling those slippery conditions. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green to see how this will impact your noon travel plans.
Well, good afternoon. We're looking at some expirations that have happened with our winter weather advisory at the top of this hour. One area, though, the Roseau County, Lake of the Woods, and down to Beltrami County area, this part of the advisory has actually been extended now until 6 o'clock tonight. We're still seeing some freezing drizzle and some light snow in that area. Elsewhere, we've kind of started to wind things down, but it still looks kind of gloomy and unpleasant out there, and you can see that here in our DOT cam around Thief River Falls. Looks like the rain froze on the camera there. Fresh little coating of snow on grassy surfaces, it looks like, as well from this latest round. And checking out your radar and satellite map, we've got some mostly cloudy skies. It's going to be a gloomy one here heading into the afternoon. We do have a front moving through, though, that's starting to bring in some drier air and will gradually clear things out. You can see where that colder air is pushing in. Jamestown, Valley City, Oaks, all into the 20s, Devil's Lake. Fargo's up to 37 now, and it's 38 in Grand Forks, so above freezing there. We've been that way all day, helping to prevent the metros from seeing too much for some slick spots. And then over to the east, we're still below freezing in some of those same areas that are still under the advisory. So still some slick roads in those areas and just gloomy out there too. So we're going to get into the details on what to expect through the rest of the afternoon and into this evening. And of course, the big holidays coming up. We'll have details on your forecast for Thanksgiving too, all in just a couple of minutes.
We'll definitely make sure to pay attention. I know for a lot of people, they use today to travel for Thanksgiving, so they definitely want to spend extra attention and extra caution on the roadways. Thanks again, Lisa. Well, 4 people are fighting for their lives after a 3-vehicle crash, also involving pedestrians. The Minnesota State Patrol says it started when one driver hit a deer on a highway in St. Louis County. 2 pedestrians were checking on the people in the car when that car was hit, first by a pickup and then by an SUV. One of the vehicles then crashed into the pedestrians. The pedestrians and the 2 people in the car were rushed to Duluth hospitals with life-threatening injuries. Their ages range from 21 to 91, and they're all from the Duluth area. One man is dead after his car was hit by a semi on Highway 10 near Lake Park. State troopers say the 75-year-old pickup driver had stopped across the highway yesterday afternoon, then drove into the highway and was hit by the semi. The victim's name is not yet released, but the State Patrol says he was from Lake Park. The semi driver was not hurt. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is now releasing his COVID relief plan. His administration is proposing economic opportunities for restaurants and bars, like an additional 13 weeks of unemployment benefits and a $500 payment for struggling families. The governor also says he wants to impose eviction moratoriums on small businesses so they aren't forced out of their spaces and waive state and regulatory fees. Sanford Health has opened 14 new patient rooms in a support space on the northwest wing of the 8th floor at Sanford Medical Center in Fargo. The new unit began caring for patients last Friday. Since the beginning of the pandemic, Sanford Fargo has added 172 total beds to meet the demand for hospital care. Another 25 beds are expected to be added in December. Long lines have returned as millions of people are going away for Thanksgiving, despite surging coronavirus cases. TSA workers screened more than 3 million people between Friday and Sunday, their biggest 3-day stretch since March. At the same time, tens of thousands of airline employees are still out of work. Chris Van Cleve learned how some of them are doing.
What transition you want to make in that field?
I would like to still work around customer-based driven jobs.
Flight attendant Terry Evans is job hunting. He took unpaid leave early in the pandemic and then got furloughed along with nearly 35,000 others when the government's payroll support program expired at the end of September. He hasn't had a paycheck since March. How is the job market right now?
It kind of has its up days and its down days, but more down than up. For me, I'm feeling like it's a big, huge circle. I'm applying every day.
Employment centers in several Northern Virginia communities just launched a rapid response program to help airline and airport workers who have lost jobs due to the pandemic, offering free in-person and virtual resources like resume writing and networking. Michael Briscoe is an employment and training specialist. Are there jobs out there that'll pay their bills?
So that's where the challenge comes in. There are opportunities out there, but you have to be prepared for those opportunities.
With Congress unable to agree on a second COVID relief package, CBS News estimates more than 90,000 airline workers have lost their jobs through furloughs, layoffs, or by taking exit packages. Nearly 84,000 others have taken unpaid leave. Thousands more have experienced pay cuts.
I'm just really nervous. I'm really scared about where my health will lie.
We met Denicia McCluskey just before she was furloughed, still holding out hope Congress would act. They didn't. Her Crohn's disease once nearly killed her and requires regular, costly infusions. Now she's just weeks away from losing her health insurance.
I want to be able to continue the treatment because it's been working, and I want to be able to continue to live what to me would be deemed a healthy lifestyle, and I'm scared of that being ripped right away from me.
Daryl Aaron and his wife both got furloughed and then days later had their first child. They've now got a newborn baby girl, but no jobs.
I need to make sure that she's taken care of. We're making ends meet right now, but it's going to be tight if we don't have some income in the near future.
Back at the Career Center, Terry Evans moved in with family to save money while he job hunts.
Honestly, this can't go on for much longer because bills never stop. We need health insurance. We need to live.
Airline CEOs have resumed their push for government aid as well, telling lawmakers that with coronavirus spiking, they're seeing an increase in cancellations that could be devastating outside of the holidays, and they would like to bring back some of these furloughed workers so they can be nimble for vaccine distribution. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Reagan National Airport, Virginia.
The Trump administration says publicly it remains committed to negotiating some sort of stimulus package which could help airline workers. As gyms across Minnesota are continuing to suffer because of the 4-week closure, one gym in Moorhead says they are surprisingly doing well. Now, Anytime Fitness says they are not facing any heavy financial hardships at this time, as Minneapolis-based gym Alchemy 365 has closed 2 of its 7 fitness studios and planning to sell off access equipment in their Black Friday sale. Anytime Fitness is not having the same obstacle at this time. This gym is seeing an increase in membership signups in the past few weeks. Amazon hooks up with the feds to crack down on counterfeiting. The retail giant announcing the launch of a joint operation with the U.S. government's National Intellectual Property Rights Coordination Center, or IPR Center. U.S. Customs and Border Protection and DHL are also playing a role. The goal is to target counterfeit goods before they enter the United States. Well, Fargo School Board members are expected today to narrow the list of names it could use to rebrand Woodrow Wilson School. More than 100 ideas were initially submitted, and the board meets tonight with plans to decide the 5 favorites. The district is renaming the school after concerns raised about the 28th president's racist views and policies. Well, here's a great way to help spread some holiday cheer. Our virtual food drive is helping local families in need. Get involved by downloading our free VNL News app, look for the virtual food drive, and click to donate. Well, coming up at noon, we find out how virtual learning has affected kids' health during the pandemic. And slippery and wet roadways for many in our area, meteorologist Lisa Green has a look at your forecast.